So I've been a little MIA in the video production process. I haven't exactly wanted to be videotaped. I have this plethora of red rashes, not only on my face, but on other places on my body. It started out small and then just kind of grew from place to place, and decided to come on at the time when I'm looking for a job and setting up interviews. It was so frustrating because I had spent a year and a half making a lot of lifestyle changes, good changes, lost weight, and feeling better, more energetic, and I've always had sensitive skin, and some rashes I had actually even went away. And I was at a point where I was feeling so much better about myself, and so much better just feeling overall. A lot of aches and pains that I used to have were gone, and I felt great. And then all of a sudden it's like this light switch or something happened, and I couldn't figure out what was happening. I mean, it started small, and so I was kind of spot treating, and I was reviewing, different blogs and different videos and trying to medicate, and it just finally blossomed into something that I didn't know what to do about anymore. So I got the job, and in going to work in a professional environment, I'm not exactly wanting to go with all of this red face. And so I had gone to urgent care before my job, and they gave me some things to put on. I'm putting that on, but I'm also trying to use other products on top of that to sort of conceal things a little bit. Wasn't really going so well, but I was desperate. I'm also normally a contact wearer, but because I had this issue in my eyes, I didn't want to take a chance of getting something in my eyes as I'm taking contacts in and out. So I was just using my glasses, but towards the end of my first week, I was noticing that at the end of the day, my eyes were getting really tired, like feeling like inside there was, like, I don't know, kind of a filmy, and it was hard for me to focus on reading things and that sort of thing, and that was kind of scary. And so Friday night I came home, and I was just tired, so tired, just from, I think, being stressed from what I look like, and it's not going well, and my eyes are puffy. And so I hit the shower, because a lot of times after I take a shower, then it feels better. But Scott noticed that my one eyelid looked like it was seeping something, some kind of fluid that shouldn't be. And I really just wanted to go to sleep, but Scott put his foot down and decided we were going to emergency.
I was really feeling bad for her, not only because I knew it was uncomfortable and painful, but I knew she really wasn't feeling good with that all over her face. So the big thing that we'd been praying about is that God would help us to figure out what's causing it. What is the root cause of this, as opposed to just trying to medicate symptoms. So that was a big prayer, trying to figure out where in the world this was coming from, and how to deal with that.
So the ER doctor takes one look at me, and he is instantly autoimmune. He says, I can treat your symptoms, but I'm always trying to think about what's causing it. And definitely is something that Scott and I are always trying to do, is to get to the root problem, so we're not just putting a Band-Aid on something. But I was so tired, and just not able to really track. But all I just kind of remember that was in my head is, I've watched a lot of videos, seen a lot of stuff, not that I'm an expert by any means, but autoimmune would pop up sometimes when I was searching for stuff. And I don't know, I just never really thought that was connected, or thought that was my issue. And so I just kind of bypassed it. And so now I'm looking at him when he's saying autoimmune, and I'm kind of like, oh, so maybe this rash thing is a little more serious than I think. but I still am so tired. I don't know what to think about it. And thankfully, Scott was there as my advocate, and he was a little more alert and tracking than I was, and communicating with the doctor. And so I was so thankful for that, and thankful they gave me some medication there and sent me home with prescriptions of some things to try. So I have now received, or I've received prescriptions, 3 prescriptions to start using to hopefully help and feel better. The first one is a cream. So we're going to attempt this one if I can hold it and put it on. Oh, it's nice and clear. Oh, is it clear? I don't know. Oh, it is. It's kind of a yellowy. Interesting. All right. Some of these creams I've been trying are like super white and hard to like rub in your face. So let's see how this one goes. Well, it feels nice and creamy. My face feels very dry and tight at the moment, so a little hydration for my face is kind of nice. And supposedly, the 2 creams they're giving me, I can put on top of each other, and they're saying, oh, that's oozing out a little, and then I can put it on my eye.
I just don't know if I would get it too close to your eye.
That's a very valid point. Oh my gosh, my poor eyelids are so puffy and wrinkly, they feel like elephant skin. And this eye wasn't that bad, but overnight, my right eye has gotten to look elephantitis like. I don't even know what elephantitis is. This is really horrible. I would not wish this on my worst enemy.
The emergency room doctor had brought up and he thought that it was autoimmune disease. And I really did not know what that was. So I asked him about it and he was explaining it, but I still didn't really feel like I was understanding what it was. So when we got home, I started looking on the internet and researching it. And it looks like there is a whole bunch, maybe 80 to 100 different autoimmune disorders or diseases. And so I started looking through some of them, pictures and things like that, and I came across one that was dermatomyositis or something like, they call it DM for short. I can see why. I don't even know how to pronounce it really, but it sounded like that could be it. And then there was another thing, heliotrope, one of the rashes, which is around the eye, which looked and sounded like what she was dealing with. So it sounded like we were kind of zeroing in. So thank the Lord, it sounded like we were getting to know what it was so that we would know what we're dealing with and actually how to deal with it.
So the morning after the ER, fresh mind. I'm thankful for some additional clues and resources. I'll be reaching out to a rheumatologist in addition to the dermatologist I already set up. I've got 3 new medications I'm trying. So I feel like there's some hope kind of going down this autoimmune trail, see if there's some trigger I'm not aware of. So I'm hopeful for this next step.